It's because they're on a plane? Ants from below? Ants from up there? If only God was above us. Oh man, lots of perspective here. Lots of things about planes. I don't know. It's just the way of music right now. Hello everyone. Welcome to my follow up for Vampire Weekend's most recent album, Only God Was Above Us. A lot of people wanted me to react to Modern Vampires, which I said I wanted to do. I've heard Diane Young. I've heard Step. I think that's about all. And I'm open to doing that. So that might be something that I do pretty soon. Also, I don't know why I'm bringing it up here. Also planning to continue with Boards of Canada in my live stream reactions as well. So this album was nice. I don't know how I feel about albums that comment on current political things. Like even Fleet Fox's Shore, like it was tasteful. It definitely felt like, I wouldn't say charged, but like a little conscious, a little aware of like the climate that was going on, and it kind of seemed to be like talking about that a little bit. This definitely is too. Again, don't know how I feel because I just never really like any kind of political or conscious statements in music at all, even if it's something I agree with. Like I've said this before, if it's something like at all charged in a way that's trying to make some kind of statement generally, it just feels clunky. I've never really come across it like tasteful, but I don't know. That's just me. So let's go ahead and go track by track on this. As you can see, I have it about a 4. I think it's a very solid, consistent album. Ice Cream Piano is a killer opener. Starts interesting but sparse and then accelerates so beautifully into that climax. And the insane tempo of the ending arpeggio riff. One of the highlights here for me, for sure. And then it transitions perfectly into classical. Love how it flows in. Honestly, kind of unsure how I feel about the riff, but it offers great contrast with like the chill, baggy percussion in the verses. And the presence of the upright bass is fantastic, and the really tense piano work is great too. Just turning that like last chord in the progression later on into something really dissonant and jazzy was fantastic. Capricorn. What a breezy sunset of a track. It's pretty straightforward, but the vocal melody is strong, and the production almost steals the show. And I love the arpeggiated piano break after the chorus as well. That's very nice. Connect. I know a lot of people really dig this one, but it's like a little too unmoored for me, and it's like one of the more art pop tracks here structurally. Some cool ideas sprinkled throughout, but it doesn't really like come together for me. Prep School Gangsters. They got a bit of an indie surf thing going on here, which I'm all for. Really solid phrasing and melody with nice contrast tonally throughout. I dig that one quite a bit. The Surfer is intriguing. It's like mixing that down-tempo trip-hop smokiness with some other kind of like indie pop ideas. The piano is cool. It's one of my least favorites on the album, but it's still a compelling listen. Like, it's not necessarily a skip. Gen X Cops, man, that blistering, distorted surf riff is something else. The whole track slaps, though. The great verses and piano work yet again. Mary Boone. I don't know. Apparently, if Vampire Weekend makes a track titled after a woman's name, it always slaps. I don't know. Seems okay. Percussion and the production is fun. I don't know if the lyrics or the vocal delivery really grabbed me, though. Don't at me. Pravda, that's a perky little track. Another lesser pick for me, but I enjoy what it does and how sparse it is. And then Hope. If this wasn't nearly 8 minutes, it may be like a 4 out of 5. Really cool. I cannot talk. All of these follow-ups, I have been like stumbling over my worths. Cool piano motif with thoughtful lyrics. It just doesn't warrant its length, I don't think. And that track definitely like is one of the more political ones on here, amidst a few others here, of course. But it definitely is the most overt, and it's a really interesting message too. I don't know. It's not like pessimistic or like nihilistic so much as it is like realistic, I guess. And in some ways, I can kind of vibe with that, but it's a really bizarre, kind of lyrical subject to be tackling and a statement to be making. And it doesn't digest super easily, but it's interesting nonetheless. Let's put it that way. So, as my follow up for "If Only God Was Above Us," I think it's quite solid. I don't come back to a lot of these tracks, but I do come back to a handful. Favorites are "Ice Cream Piano," "Classical Capricorn." Those first three are probably my favorite here. I would say "Prep School Gangsters" and "Gen X Cops" get shout outs though, as well as "Hope." Not into "Connect," not into "The Surfer," not as into "Mary Boone," not into "Pravda," but it's just kind of how it is. Nice tight album, pretty simple stuff. I shouldn't say simple. It's easy to digest musically. It's like the lyrical content and subject matter that I'm kind of like struggling to form into any kind of like easy to swallow thing. But so it goes. That is my follow up for "Only God Was Above Us." Hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, Godspeed.